Here we go. Hey, everybody. It's Sunday, and we've been gone for a long time on Sundays. Like a long time. Life has intervened in a lot of us, and we've been missing it. So hopefully, we'll get back into it and get some more games going. Again, every couple of weeks, we have a lot coming up. Birthdays, Father's Days, Mother's Days, and other things like that. So we try to do our best to maintain the once every 2 weeks, but life is more important. Anyways, yeah, it's been a long time. Let's go meet the fuckers that haven't been here for a while.
Who's fucker number one?
Who's fucker number one? Ziggy. Ziggy's always fucker number one.
Is he?
Yeah,
Hello.
just because he's older
I'm
than
the
me,
outer-
and I can tell him he's a fucker number one.
Hello, I'm the Out of Print GM. I'm playing Ziggy the Quick. This, hopefully, will be fun and laughter. We will see.
As long as I avoid a TPK with him, and then he'll be okay.
Yeah.
But he'll never tell you it's character's decisions that end up with the TPK.
No, he actually hunts the players down with their bone knife.
I do. For real. Single knife. Oh, thank you for the resub.
20 months I've been playing this game.
All right, so fucker number two would be Tahir.
Hi, I'm the fucker number two, also known as the Plot Doctor on TikTok. Sorry I've been absent for so long. I was trying to reach some people about their car's extended warranty, and it didn't go well.
I'm going to give you 500 merit points just for that, because that was actually original.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. See, Simon, this is what happens. But yeah, I'm back and ready to kick some ass, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe you can just ask some kick.
I do enjoy some ass. I'm not really focused on the verb.
The true older fucker number three.
Definitely old fart. That's me. Definitely an old fart.
Oh, the walking fossil himself.
Yes, yes.
God's
This
left
is
hand.
Left hand?
Yeah,
oh, maybe.
The right hand.
Definitely. I'm playing Marcus Law, and yeah, I'm back. I'm here to cause trouble. Although Tahir sort of scares me a little bit after he shouted at a dragon last time. Yes, that scared me.
So retconning back, what, 3 months has it been? 3 months?
Yeah, three.
It was end of January. It was end of January when I last played Ziggy.
It's definitely 3-4 months now. You guys had been told eventually, you were told originally to go to this one village to help figure out what's going on and why the monk was missing. And when you get there, you find that the town itself had literally been decimated, literally almost like a salting of the earth, complete annihilation almost of the city. Buildings were definitely remaining and stuff like that, but most of the population had been either ran away or literally scorch marks on the ground, or, as you eventually found out, had been taken as part of a slave raid for a raiding party. And then you discovered that what attacked them and what gave most of the scorch marks away and melted most of the stone was not necessarily dragons, but the potentiality of a airship-based weapon, or a couple of them. They were from the dead guy that you revived, to hear that you found out that there was three ships, two very large ships and one smaller one that had very distinctive purple markings on it, purple sails, things like that. And then you all decided after, and it's hard to re-grab that feeling of you guys, is that because you guys were really upset about the whole thing about the slaves, the destruction of the city, and all that other stuff. Prior to you leaving, here was blessed, granted a sight of one of the archangels of Alal, who came down and basically consecrated the ground where you piled up the dead and then evaporated the dead so their spirits could move on to the next whatever version that they were going to become, whether it's leaving to go to the celestial realms or moving on to a reincarnation of some sort. then you boarded the ship. It's about a 4 or 5 day airship journey to El Red, where you guys were headed. And about towards the end of the trip, you were attacked by a very hungry young fire dragon. And I believe that's where, Tahir, did you roar at him or did you cast fire?
I roared at him, and he failed his will save.
And basically
fled.
just chickened out. Just, I'm out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, he roared at me and tried to set me on fire. I full on tanked his fire because my robust stars meant it was less than half my health, so it did no damage. So I full on tanked his fire, and then I roared back at him, and he went, "You know what? That seems a bit scary," and
It's a bit
left.
scary. I'm gone. Goodbye.
Didn't he also try to bite you, and because of your robust stars as well?
Yeah, that didn't work either. But Levi, I'm incredibly grateful for you for not pulling a Grendel's mother on this situation.
Yet.
Yet. The night is still young for you.
Fair.
And then
Terrifying. Fair.
the anything other significant happened on that?
Uh,
The ship ultimately was
the-
brought down.
Yeah, it was very badly damaged during the fight and sort of crashed. It was a controlled yet unplanned descent.
Saddling of the ship on the earth, on the dirt.
Yeah.
And then Ziggy and Tahir had decided to go into the town and left Marcus alone at the ship with the remaining crew, who began working on repairs. On the way into the town, you found yourselves confronted by a rather small but largish group, right? You know, I think it was like 18 to 12 individuals coming to the ship. Is that not correct? If I remember, I know it was a number of individuals. I don't know if I really said it was 8 to 12.
I can't remember how many there were. I didn't get the impression it was a large group, but I could be wrong with that.
That were headed towards the ship itself. So we will pick up where those individuals had just moved past you. Did you say you didn't remember if it was a large group?
Yeah, I got the impression it wasn't a large group, but I could be misremembering that.
I think it was just half a dozen people.
Like
really.
half dozen, I think, right? Like I'm
Yeah,
remembering between 8 and 12. That's what's coming to my
Yeah.
mind.
Okay.
So we'll say between 8 and 12.
Yeah.
Are headed towards the ship. You guys are on the ridge, kind of looking down into El Red. It's definitely a more of a run-down kind of town, because it's higher up in the mountains, up in the Fire Mountains. It's definitely a let's stop for a quick bite and move on kind of town. You know, it's not like people want to stay if they have to, but they have to, you know, they'll stay if they have to, depending on you know, during the winters, if it's the passes are unable to be gotten through, or the ships have to take a landing or to wait for the storms to pass before flying over the Fire Mountains. And I think that's where we'll pick up. So Ziggy and Tahir, what are your intentions?
I'm going to town. I want to scope it out, see if there's anything that might be a potential threat before we allow too many of them near the ship. You know, if they happen to be like banners of tribal psychopathic lunatics or something similar.
No, besides the one that you're carrying?
That's a religious symbol. That's different.
Oh, okay.
We're here
gotta
to
say-
save your souls.
Tahir is the biggest psychopathic lunatic involved in this enterprise, without a doubt.
How do you do that? I mean, how do you go about
Well-
are you gonna walk around the perimeter of the town, of the small town? Are you gonna like wait up there? Do you have some sort of visual instrument that'll help you to see things? I mean, I'm trying to figure out how you want to do it.
The only visual instrument that Ziggy has is the Mark I eyeball.
The Mark I eyeball. Don't know what that is, but I don't think
It means you have to go and look myself. I'll just sort of do a scouting of the perimeter.
All right,
I'm
go ahead.
looking for anything that's dubious, bodies on pikes, things like that.
All right. Are you trying to stay off radar, or are you scampering?
Yes, I will. I'm not so much as stealthing as in sneaking from shadow to shadow.
All right.
I'm just trying not to stand out.
So, are you sneaking, or are you just not trying to stand out?
Trying to not stand out.
All right. Let's go ahead and give me an alertness. Not an alertness, but an agility check.
Okay, and Ziggy's got an agility of 101.
And what I'll say is, for most attribute checks that I'll call for inside the town, will be at least a TS of 6 for anything weird.
Hang on, that didn't roll right. That only rolled 1d10.
Yeah, that's 1d10, and you don't want to roll that 90.
46.
So that's technically it, right? That's exactly 6 successes.
Yeah.
To hear, how long are you going to stay in the spot? Are you going to wait until Ziggy gets back, or do you guys make arrangements? Do you tell to hear, hey, I'll be back in an hour, hang tight here, or?
Keep the locals busy when they start walking towards us. You're a bit difficult to hide. I'll do a quick scouting about.
Yeah, you scout. I'll talk to locals.
Yeah, spread the word of God or something.
So are you
After all,
headed
Allah
in-
will be there for you.
Are you headed into the town, to hear?
Yeah, well, you said there was a group leaving to go to the airship.
Right, but that's more of prior to getting to the ridge before you could look
Right.
down into the. So they were coming up and over the ridge. You met them about halfway up the ridge that you were coming up to go into, right?
Yeah.
So that's when you met them, and then you guys made your way down towards the town and kind of stopped off. I don't know what,
As
500 yards.
they're walking away, once their backs are turned and they're carrying on to the airship, was there like an obvious leader amongst them, like a guy who was in the forefront and did the talking, or?
Well, I don't think you would describe him as the leader, but just someone who was like, hey, what's going on? Nice to meet you. We're headed out there, kind of thing. It wasn't like he's the leader, right? He didn't give the leader
Yeah.
vibes. He's the one that spoke up first.
I'd like to cast no philosophy on him once his back's turned.
Go for it.
How do I roll dice on this again?
The little plus symbol above the Telarius dice
I don't
will give you
have-
both the d10s.
I've only got D. Yeah.
Then you might have to go to the organized dice to activate
Oh,
the
yeah, you got to do
Telarius.
the organized dice, and you're not signed in. That's what's causing you the problem. You're there as player 3.
Okay. Cool. I tell you what, Levi, can you roll for me while I sort this out?
Sure can.
You'll need to roll for it.
Oh wait,
Or
Have I
can you
got
roll?
the
All right,
Have I
hold
got
on.
the wrong link then, Levi?
No, you're there, Marcus. I see you. Hold on.
Yep,
let me
you're
clear-
in red.
Let me clear that. That's not the right dice. Or Ziggy, do you want to roll for him?
146?
Do you want to roll for him, Zig? $64.
64, dude.
64. Okay, and that's off my divine knowledge. I think that works out at
Where is
3 successes.
Definitely if on the scale of philosophies, they're just true neutral, just straight up neutral.
It's very neutral. Yeah,
That
that's most
doesn't-
people in the world, isn't it? It's
That's most
It
people in
takes-
the world, right? I mean, he's not evil, but that doesn't mean that he won't. If he gets there and they find out, hey, we could probably take this ship and take the crew,
yeah.
But they're neutral in all bearing at this point.
Okay, cool. No worries.
I hate to say this, but let's take a bio break real quick because something's come up. about that for anybody who's watching. Sorry, things come up. We're all at our households, fortunately. I like doing this because I can actually play with friends that I have that are in Great Britain. This is just cool. If we actually had to play face to face, we'd have one game a year, and it would have to be like an 8-hour long, 12-hour long, nonstop marathon. And yeah, right. All right. So no, to hear 95% of the people in the world come off as neutral, but that does not mean that they won't take advantage of a situation if they come across it, right? Right. People being people, some being snot, some being not. Sorry, what? Yeah, I know it is. I have to leave it on. Because last time I didn't, we got hit by you'll get hit by a raid of people who don't subscribe to the channel, and it took us 20 minutes to clear everything. Right. Now I can gift subs, absolutely. Oh, if you have Amazon Prime, it's a free scribe. Well, I can solve that real quick. Let me do this. I can. I'll sub you for 3 months there on my cost. And then plot. Yeah, so yeah. There we go. 20 months and counting. You're almost 2 years old. All right, so yeah, so he's mostly neutral. And Ziggy, as you take the next hour to kind of like stay on the outskirts, but without hiding or stealthing, you definitely get the vibe that this place is definitely not. I guess the only way to say it is definitely a hive of scum and villainy. Basically. All right, so to hear you're making your way into town, and as you do, wow, you won't get 6 o'clock. As you make your way into town, just as you start to hit what you would consider like the town entrance for all intents and purposes, believing a individual kind of dressed kind of extravagantly. He's one of those 17th century, 17th, 16th century captains of a merchant ship kind of concept. He's got a big hat, long feather, dressed very, very to the nines. And he goes, oh, excuse me. He puts his hand out right in front of you to hear. And as you walk, he stops and trying to stop. He goes, I see you made it from the Harrow alive, ya did, didn't you? Now, good thing you landed when you did. Down here, we were taking bets that you wouldn't survive the mountain crash. Rude of me. I'm sorry. My name is Captain Jack Peter Thane. Javik, Jack, quote unquote, Jack Peter Thane. Well, you could see the name on the side of the airship, the Harrow. Well, the dragon. We thought the dragon was definitely going to be the end of you. And he kind of looks around. And he pulls out a watch. He goes, "Oh, I don't have much time, but I do need to leave. But listen, because I know that you are also a priest of Alal." He gets real close and real quiet. He goes, "Just a piece of advice while you're here. This is Eldred. It's not a place you want to stay. It's not a place you want to hang your hat for too long. It is definitely a hive of scum and villainy. And while you may be a priest of Alal, and it is a welcome sight here in this small little nub of a village, your presence is not desired. Be careful. There are eyes everywhere, and shall we say knives in the dark doing nasty business. If you're looking for a place to stay, probably better to stay at the Broken Mast. It's really the only decent place in town, but even there, you need to watch yourselves. Because, look, if you should need help, my ship is the Kyber. You can't really see, he kind of points towards where the airship landings are, and find me if you need me. Until then, he does this huge display of his hat coming off, and he does this big roving bow to you and goes, "Good luck to you, priest of Alal. May he protect you." And he kind of scoots off. "Thank you, good sir." Puts his hats on and he starts to whistle. As he leaves, he's whistling some sort of air shanty instead of a sea shanty, air shanty. Hey, I don't think Tahir is very afraid of much. Ziggy, takes you like I said, about an hour for you to get all the way around. Tahir is no longer where they're at. Where they're at. Obviously, they've gone in town. What do you want to do, real quick, so I can get to Marcus? I don't think Tahir ever starts a fight. I think he just ends them. Right, and then yeah, it's all right. Marcus, they've been gone about 10 minutes, and about 8 or so individuals kind of make their way to the ship. The captain and a couple of the other larger crewmen kind of come to the railing, and they start barking orders at the individual, like, "Stop, halt, who are you?" And they start to have this banter back and forth of, "Hey, we're just coming out to see if you need a hand." And like, "We've got it. You can move on." What are you doing, Marcus? Well, I haven't hired him. First mate hasn't hired him. Until we've actually vetted them, they are untrustworthy. And we're not in the best of locations for when it comes to, shall we say, unwanted help. We've pretty much got it under control. All right. It's on you. Shimmy down a road. Yep. I'm finding you. I can tell that. So we saw something up there, yes. Did you lose anybody with that? Well, it was probably a young fire dragon then. Wasn't very big from our point of view. Just over the ridge there. Convince check. Because I know what you're trying to do. So it's definitely going to take a convince check. Sky Captain Pugwash. So if you don't have convince, it'll be 30, your charisma, it'll be 30 plus your charisma modifier. Canon now. Captain Pugwash. I don't know what your charisma, what your charisma modifier is. Charisma modifier. All right, so these guys are gonna get a skepticism check to like kind of like, yeah, maybe we'll stay, maybe we'll move on someplace else. Exactly the same. They're kind of like, well, sure, let's go ahead and make our way back into town with you then. Sounds like a good idea, Captain Pugwash, I guess. Are you saying that you're going to buy us around? Is that what you're saying? Ah, banger. Let's go. Sounds like a great time, especially when it's not my silver that's being spent. You will. I'm just trying to get it sync the timelines. So to here, are you making your way towards the Broken Mast? Or are you gonna like kind of explore the city or the little town? It's not very big. It's about the same size as Kaltor was. A little more run down. Definitely the weather is definitely its biggest enemy. You know, there are some buildings that look like they've been crushed by snow and then just left deserted. Wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. As you're making your way through the town, you definitely get a distinction between the town residents and the town in visitors. I almost want to say the word invaders, because the town residents kind of look at you and they kind of like quickly pull inside, you know, a building or two, and the doors kind of close very quickly. There's even a few children that are kind of playing out in the road or next to them. They kind of like see you, and they all kind of like, they kind of giggle, squeak, like they're like you frightened them, but it's the kind of giggle that they get like they're scared, but it's a good kind of scared, and they take off running down an alley away from you. You can even see as you move past that alley, they're kind of behind like a rain barrel or something. They're kind of looking at you, giggling, and things like that. But then the other ones, they kind of they're stopping and looking, and they're doing that new city visitor kind of look where they just kind of stop and watch you walk by. Give me a perception check, just straight up. Marcus, after some time, you kind of come over the ridge. As you come up over the ridge, you can see Tahir ahead of you in the town. It's clearly Tahir because he's an 8-foot tall Salvatore Jakara. So I mean, they're tall. He's got really white fur. He looks like he's looking like he's headed towards this run down or re-repaired airship that's crashed. And it looks like it's turned into some sort of pub or inn, right? They're like, yes, that's a broken mast. Yes, that's a great place to go. Don't get many tigers up this far, but bears, the occasional fire dragon, and definitely the occasional raiding parties. Yeah, and other sorts of business. Yes. It's more generally snowed in. It's cold. Ships that can't make it over the fire mountains find the port here for a few days, maybe a couple weeks before they leave. Plenty of drinking. To here, would you get straight perception? Perception is like you hear somebody talking in the distance about you, or around the corner. Alertness is you're alert to surprise attacks, surprise checks, those kind of things. This is just you're walking through town. Okay. But you definitely hear whispering as you approach and as you leave, but amongst the other individuals, you're just not capable of exactly hearing what they're saying because distance or what have you. You make it to the Broken Mast Inn to hear a few moments later. 5 or 6 minutes later, Marcus and about 8 other guys kind of make their way in, and they all kind of look ruffian, but they were definitely the ones that you saw going over the ridge to the ship. It's a large-ish kind of like tavern. I didn't have the opportunity to actually sit down and draw a tavern in the shape of an airship, so we're just going to go with the one that I have. It's so when you get there, it's located towards the center of town. It is built from a crashed airship. When you get there, the clientele isn't. This being the only place for good drinks, apparently, the clientele is both a mixture of I don't want to say like upper class, but definitely there's like a lower class, and then there's an upper class above them, in a sense. Does that make sense? They're still working class, but one's very low, and then the other one is kind of up there. Yes, more or less, yes. The individuals that you kind of saw that are with Marcus and that were kind of are more of the visitor types, either from another ship or they're walking and things like that. It's just not good vibes in general. I hate when you guys do that. There's a large list of various types of ales, rums, beers, cherry wine, different types of ales. Like there's like 3 choices of ales, a small selection of beers, which is a little different than ales, obviously, rums, whiskeys, hard liquor, and an unusual item, goat's milk. Okay. They pour it to you, and it's. I mean, they kind of like pour it out of a large like glass container that they stick back into a what looks like a small box of where things are probably kept cold. You hope. It definitely smells like goat's milk. It's not bad. It's just got that goatish, pungent smell to it. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, huh? It's not bad. Well, that would be a sheep, not a goat. Marcus, what do you and your friends kind of make their way up to the bar? Okay. Yeah, give me a second. I'm sorry. Right. He's a portly chap, human, standing about 5'6", 5'8" in there. He's balding, has got a kind of a bit of a scruff, definitely a crooked nose. And he kind of comes up and he's rubbing his hands with a towel. And he throws a towel over his shoulder, and you notice that he's missing his 2 middle fingers of his left hand. So he's only got 3 fingers on one side. And things like that. He goes, "Oh, what can I get for you?" Why am I doing an accent like that? What can I get for you? Seven L's. Very good, very good. L's. Very good, very good. And as he looks at one and he calls him by a name. Don't ask me what it is because it's immaterial at this point. And they kind of batter back and forth. 2 fingers of whiskey. Literally, that's how big he knows how much whiskey to pour, right? And they banter back and forth. You do hear about, you catch a bit of the conversation between him. His name is Cam. They're talking back and forth, and the bartender's name, and you get the general idea that he's the owner of the area of the Broken Mast. His name is Cam, and one of the other guys kind of lets it slip about a new shipment coming in of I don't know how to say this without giving it directly away, so give me a second. Let me think about it. How they refer to them. A new shipment of radishes are on their way in. And Cam's like, "Oh, very good, very good. I'll let them know. I'll let them know." And he kind of hands out the 8 ales and kind of is 10 silver pieces total. Okay, scoops it up, throws it into a little pouch on his side. All right. You guys spend a few minutes doing that. As to hear you see, like I said, you see Marcus coming do this. You guys are starting to spend there. A few minutes after that, Ziggy, the quick kind of, does his entrance into the Broken Mast. Ziggy, when you enter, you're the only small individual in this entire tavern. Most are either most, if not 90% of the populace is human. There's a couple of Kovas here. They're definitely low-browed. They're very keeping to themselves, and if anybody kind of comes up to them, they kind of get this vibe that they don't want to be bothered. they've got too much on their mind, or they're just tired, or just leave us alone. Nothing bad will happen to you, kind of concept, right? You see Tahir. I believe Tahir finally took a seat. Did you sit at the bar, or did you find a table? You see Tahir kind of sitting at one end of at the bar, and Marcus is kind of sitting by himself. Marcus. Okay. Yep, brilliant. What are you doing, Zig? Mm-hmm. That is a bad joke. That's a very bad joke. Oh, it's bad. Ziggy, what kind of lures do you have? Lore. What type of lures do you have? You've got no lures. You have no criminal network lore or anything like that. All right. Ziggy, are you going to approach Tahir and Marcus and sit with them, or are you going to do something different? Okay. Well, they're always stupid enough to start something. I am your bodyguard. I am your neighbor. And I have two. It's not untrue. Yes, yes. How can I help you? We rent rooms, yes. It can, yes. No, not really. They know what they're all about. They know not to get too out of hand. Let's just say I've got hired men here and there. No. 5 silver pieces a night. At the seminary? Out of the seminary? There's nothing that you want to visit around this town. This is a stopover. I wouldn't want to stay here any longer than you had to. I fortunately run the Broken Mast. And he kind of reaches and goes, if you need anything, let me know. My name is Cam. And what is your name? Tahir. Very nice to meet you, Tahir. It's a comfortable living. Wasn't born and raised here, but I'd say I'm native. Something like that. Okay, cast. Is it an ability? Right, because at that point it would be literally like a mind probe, and then he's like, "Whoa, what are you doing in my head?" And stuff like that. You get a. Go ahead and give me your willpower check. That's a crit. That's also a heroic luck. I did not do that. Oh, you mean the total number you can get maxed out? Well, no, you can get. No, you can still get as heroic luck. I don't. What? To the total amount of heroic luck you can have, not how much you can gain. So, I guess that's one. That's two. Same thing, just different ways. You get a deep sense of a combination of both fear and anxiety when he's talking to you. Yeah, so if you're using this ability during an interrogation, but you're not really interrogating him. How many successes did you get? So 13. Then you're going to have to drive the conversation. And I will answer what I feel is appropriate, or Cam will answer what he feels is appropriate. Well, had he not gotten a crit, I wouldn't be allowing it. But he got a crit and he's got 7 additionals. So I'm going to let him kind of manipulate the conversation. And then he can change where he's going based off of the answer that Cam has. He looks around the room. I've been here 25 years. Been to Dodota Shiva once. Like to go back. Some would say no. It's not as beautiful as you think it is. Because this is my ship. Well, it was the Beauty, but now I call it the Broken Mast. And I believe, if I remember hearing it correctly, it was a fire dragon that brought you down. That must be one of the younger of the clans. The big one brought me down many years ago. They can be. Very much so. He stops for a second. He looks around the bar and kind of turns back to your conversation. Get out? Did they survive? I'd say about 10 of us made it up out of a crew of 120. No, they've moved on. Mm-hmm. She was. Well, it's all in the captain's naming of their ship. It's their ship. It's an intimate name that they make. The moment you speak to Darling, his whole demeanor changes. It becomes this near like, well, it was good talking to you, Tahir. I've got some things I need to work on. I've got some other patrons I need to take care of. Some new ones just arrived. Let me know if you need any more drinks. He pulls them, he taps them on the table, and then sticks them in his pocket. Marcus and Ziggy, while this conversation is happening, there were some definitely other patrons that are there. And as you guys are kind of listening and watching and things like that, approximately... about 8 more individuals arrived, and these are all Kova. No, they spread themselves around the room in pairs of 2. If not now, real soon. They're covering exits, they're covering angles on you guys. Yeah, so there's a number of humans here who don't look like any threat. Uh, These 8 or so COVID that have come in, they look like they are hired mercs of somebody or somewhere. Their refinery, their what they wear is a little better than what you've seen in town. In fact, in some regards, I'd say that's even high quality compared to what you've seen in town. Give me a perception check. Yeah, all of you can give me perception checks. Yep. Yeah, so there's 12 have come in. There's a twos. You notice, Marcus, that they are all wearing a. It's definitely a circle-like patch, and there are these 3 distinct, like triangles that overlap each other. So you have one triangle, then another triangle, and then another triangle behind it. So there's 3 altogether. They almost look like sails, and they are dark purple in color. Correct. But the first one is on the top, and then the second one's behind that, and then the third one's behind those other 2. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh yeah, he's definitely moved away from you. Oh, you're looking on threatening just perfectly fine. It's your name that's the problem. I mean, you do have a reputation. Sorry, guys. I need to just. I'm trying to set this up. Were you guys at the bar? I thought you guys all moved to a table. Okay, no worries. I'm listening. Where would your bow be, Marcus? Why? I'm sorry, what? This? This is it. Yeah, I accidentally bent this corner, but this is the soft back, so they don't last very long. They get dog-eared pretty quickly. That's the hair of the dog that you're thinking. What is your rank to here? Marcus, what's yours? All right, and Ziggy. 9. Okay. Wrong shit. You're looking at the wrong shit again. All right. Okay. All right. So as you guys are making, as you guys were talking about this, you notice that this large Bahul had come in about midway between all these other Kova that are the ones that are in the gray come in. And this other Kova who looks a little bit more well dressed and well armored kind of makes his way. He actually comes from upstairs down and makes his way across the room to where he can get like looks like a sight on all the exits and things like that. Few minutes after this, Cam comes back with a couple of drinks for you guys and another drink for Ziggy. Boys, Couple, yeah. They've already been hired by me. Am I for rent? Am I for hire? Interesting. You should ask that. He kind of looks down at you and, looks across from you as you guys are saying. He goes, they might be. Give me a convince check. A TS of 6 minimum. Aw. he kind of gets kind of low and he goes, well, you gotta understand, I'm in an odd position why I've been here for 25 years. So you'll have to make a certain guarantee, priest to hear, that you kill them all. That you take down the Katsu Syndicate. Otherwise, I don't know if I'll still be running the Broken Mast in the morning. All of who? No, I'm trying to answer your question, Marcus. Are you asking the individuals that came in? Are they part of the syndicate? Oh no, this is just one of their hit teams. Yeah, and I would suggest you. How many what? No. How many what? He kind of snarks back, goes, "Yeah, if you live, I'll be glad to answer that question. Look out behind you." At that particular moment, Ziggy, you see the cove over here kind of get up and make his way as though he's going to stab to here in the back. I'm going to allow you one free pre-initiative action. Go for it. All right, I'm going to treat this as a potential sneak attack. He has to make a perception check straight up. What does that do exactly? All right, so then he'll definitely get a straight up perception check to see if you pointing the gun at him and firing. What's his perception? 74. And what did you roll? He does not see it coming. So this will be considered a range attack. Actually, no. So it's +3 for every. It's a base TS of 3 for every, and a +1 TS for every 10 feet you are from the defender's position. So you are technically, I hope this is right. 30, so it's a TS of 6. He still failed that. He still failed the perception, so he doesn't see you shooting him. So then he does not get a defense. His orb sends right. So basically, he doesn't get a defend, and your critical range is increased by +5. Yep. Oh wow, he survives it. You hear a shot to hear you and yourself, Marcus, as from the other side of the room, and behind you, you hear something grunting like oh. And we will roll for initiative. How many points of damage did you do? 70. Correct. No, it still explodes, but only. That's what changed was on that was it explodes every once you get an additional one every 5. If you wish to. That's extra 5 ranks. Every 5 ranks, it goes up by 2. Goes up by 1. Yeah, and then add it to your basic initiative. So let me go ahead and add you guys to the initiative. They do, yeah. Why is this not? There we go. All right. What is Ziggy? What's your initiative? All right. Marcus, what's yours? To here. So at this moment, you hear. So this is what happens. You hear the explosion, and then you hear this guy behind you, behind the here. and you turn your head to look at the sound. You don't need to make a perception check. He's got easily a 18-inch blade that is getting ready to just go right through the middle to here, behind. And we will start at the top of the initiative. Marcus, it's your turn. Okay. All right. This guy is badly wounded. Not yet. I got to roll a physical defense. He fails his physical defense, so you push past to here and you stab this guy. How many points of damage do you do? In this case, 6. Add in your. No, go on. All right, so plus 10. So you're at 28. Well, what's your strength modifier? So no, it's that there's something with that weapon that gives it a plus 10, so it's another 7. Okay, we'll figure it out. So 35 is where you're at. All right. You want to attack him again? Now you can attack a number of times equal to your skill score. I mean, a number of times based off of what your skill score is. What's your skill score? And you're using a small weapon? Is it a small sword, a medium sword, or a large sword? Medium. So you can attack every. You get so many attacks per turn. With that, give me a second. Actually, I have to go all the way back here. I think I should just know in the back of my brain. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And then I'll just tell the joke about TPKs. Well, and to be fair, we haven't played on a decent schedule, and it's nobody's fault. It's just, it just is what it is. I do not keep changing the rules of the system. Just because you haven't read the system doesn't mean I'm changing the rules. So as a medium weapon, you get 1 attack for every 30 points in your skills craft. In your weapon forte. So you'd be able to attack 3 times per turn. Page 338. Now, you guys also, did you happen to download the newest version of your guys's of the PDF? All right, I'll send you a new link to it. Yeah. Do you have improved multiple strike? It'd be on your abilities. What level do you have it at? Heroic? The first, second, third? You've probably only taken it once then. So that means you'd be able to attack. Your first attack is -10, is a 0. Then your next attack is a -10, and then your third attack will be at a -20. Correct. You'd have to add, so it'd be a -20. Correct. Okay, you can attack again. It'll be a -20. So you would need a 90. You need a 77 or less to get at least one success. For some reason, there's a problem with the Google Drive. I can't get to it right now for some stupid reason. Yeah, so you got 2 successes there. So then he gets a physical defense. He's suffering a -6 right now because he's less than a quarter. Because of well-placed shot. He's got no successes. So you're going to get 2 successes worth of damage there. Right? Okay. All right, then moving on in the initiative order would be Ziggy. Yes, but Marcus is literally in your way now. He's a medium. Marcus is medium. He's small. You could attempt it. It would be firing into a crowd. He's not done anything. He's just sitting there. In fact, he looks like looks like an Elwyn, right? This one looks like a threat. He's got the garments of a priest. Yeah, okay. 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 All right. Are you done, Zig? Suddenly, the other COVID that came into the room kind of jump up and start making their way towards you guys. definitely a crowded position. Right? You could take out a whole bunch right there. So to here, the one that's up on the bar, these two that are up on the bar, they're coming at you. They literally are running on the bar. And this one right here is closest to you. He's going to get 2 attacks on you. First one is an Op 4 crit. For a total of 7 successes. So I'll give you an Op 2 for that. How about that? Okay. Sure. So 4. All right. You so you easily kind of sidestep that one. He's going to attack you one more time. Op 8, which isn't quite a crit, but he's got 5 successes on you. All right. So so many things. Let's see here. Something else here. Okay. All right, so you dodge. I guess you're going to dodge 5 successes. What did you? What's your physical defense? What is your physical defense? So you got 7 successes. All right, so yeah, you dodge out of the way of that one. Marcus, this this guy right here, kind of like up here. This one is going to take a swing at you. I think that's it. Because Ziggy's going to get 2 on him. You're a mouse. What do you want? You'll be all right. I've got 3 successes on you. 2 successes on you. On Marcus. So you can use your heroic luck to not face the fumble, but your turn will be over, or you can suck it up and keep going. And you miss your next turn too as you recover from the fumble. Roll me a D100. You're using a sword, right? Yep. 98. You create an opening. You fumble so bad it gives all creatures adjacent to you a free melee attack. So, really, technically, the only one that can really hit you is this guy and this guy. So they each get one attack. You still get your defenses. The guy right behind you, and this guy over here. All right, so they each get one free attack on you. 2 successes on the one behind you. Go ahead and roll your physical defense. Yep. Well, for the one attack with 2 successes. @1 critical. You easily dodge. Give yourself a heroic luck. And the other guy, he's going to the other one's going to attack you as well. 90. He misses. Right, and your turn is over because you fumbled your attack. Your turn is over, but that means you don't have to.
I don't have to forgo my next
You don't
turn.
have to forego your next one.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that so? Let's see here. Let's see you anywhere. So that's that. You're done. So then we come to the top of the round, which is everybody else. So Ziggy, these 2 guys are going to hit you.
I haven't acted yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm still working on my guys. That was just
Okay, cool.
That was him defending, and he kind of stumbled, and they did get 2 free attacks. I'm still on my attacks.
Cool.
And I'm also doing multiple things behind the scenes here.
All right. It's fun being a DM.
Okay, if I
It
step
can be.
away for a second,
Yeah, go for it.
I just need to bio break.
Yep.
What set?
Moving on. We'll turn it off for right now. We'll see what happens. All right, there we go. All right, so Zig, this one right next to you is going to attack you.
Okay. I will use my physical defense if he hits.
65, he misses. He's going to attack you again.
Okay.
1 success.
I will. $12 with a skill of 62 gives me 6
That's all
successes.
day long. You got that all day long. It's embarrassing how much you got that. The guy that's down to your left,
Mhm.
he's going to attack. /6. It is not a critical, but he does have 6 successes on you. Cool. That's a 97.
97. Go on, roll the fumble.
Oh, thank you for that.
All right, go for it.
Is it me?
92.
Yeah, same thing. The other guy who attacked you gets 1 free attack on you.
Okay.
We'll come back to that, but I've got 6 successes on you, so 6 times 5 is 30 points of damage.
30 points of damage. I've got 24 armor, which means 6 goes through.
You get 6 only. The other guy's going to attack you with part of his free attack on your. So he's only got 1 success.
Hang on a minute, I'm doing maths.
Okay.
Right. You got how many successes?
1.
Right. 55 with 62, that's 1 success.
That's easy. So that guy's attacked, that guy's attacked, that guy can't stand close enough, this guy's not close enough, that guy's not close enough. And I believe Bahul goes next. He stands over here and casts spell.
I did declare I was holding an action. If he moved, I was going to blow his head off.
Who's he targeting?
Say again, Tahir?
Who's he targeting with the spell?
You don't know yet because we got to resolve Ziggy's action. All right, so Zig, he is kind of shooting into a crowd.
It's okay because I'll be shooting
miss,
through.
If you miss, you'll hit one of them.
Be shooting through a crowd of hostiles, so that's not a problem.
This is not. Hold on.
It might not hit the target I want, but at least I'll hit a target that I don't like.
I'm gonna say it's a minus 40 for you. Minus 20 because of his height. Normally it's minus 40 for the same height. I'm gonna say it's a minus 20 to your skill check to actually hit him.
Okay, well, I've got a skill of 94, so that drops me to 74.
All right, go for it.
05.
Okay, so you're going to hit him. Well, with an additional 5.
5. So 05 with 70, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 67, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 2 for the braces, 13, 14 successes.
All right, so he is going to get a physical defense against you. 14 successes? Holy shit. Oh, not too bad. 6. I've got 6 successes.
So 8 go through.
8 successes. So 8 times 5 is 40, plus 30, 70 damage.
How much?
70. 0.
And ignores how much armor?
Ignores 15, and you'll bleed for 2 turns. My best laid plans. How do you do it? Literally, as he starts to cast a spell, I'll literally just shoot him right between the horns, just one bullet hole, back of the head, just ventilated.
Yeah, because I rolled a 99 on his.
Does that mean he's dead?
That means he's dead.
I do hope he was hostile.
Oh, he was very hostile. He was inclusive of a rock, so.
Nice.
Which you'll find out in a minute.
That's 1 in the win column then.
That is definitely 1 in the win column for you guys.
Right, that's me done. You lot finish it.
I've got this Cova I'm trying to bash with the shield and stab with the stabby thing, and
COVID-19.
yeah,
He's dead. Dead,
He's
I
gone.
say. Dead.
It's worse than that. He's dead, Jim.
he shuffled off the molten coil. He wouldn't run with 50,000 volts up him.
Right.
He'd be pushing up the daisies
Anyway,
as you're not
back to your
nailed
guys'
into his
turns.
perch.
Yeah.
So you got the
He's
Cobra. That
cool.
guy's dead. So that's Bahir. Then Tahir. Now you get to go.
Cool.
Finally.
I'm gonna plonk down on the bar a pouch of silver and push it over to Cam. And then I'm going to, in one fluid movement, stand up and turn around and attempt
So you say
to.
you stand up sharply.
I stand up sharply. Yeah,
Do you stand up sharply?
I do stand up sharply.
Okay.
Okay.
Not that you can stand up sharply any better than you can stand up bluntly, but that's okay.
I can stand up oxymoronically if you like.
Okay, that works too.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to
Did I
eviscerate.
take some acid or something?
Eviscerate this cover that Marcus is attacking.
All right. So, wait, is that all you're doing?
Well, it's my first step. Depending on how well it goes, I might have another attack.
So you put down some silver. I don't know how much is in it.
Yeah.
You shove the bag towards Cam. Then you stand
Yeah.
up and turn around. So that's
And hit the guy with my halberd.
All right. So who are you hitting? The Cobra?
Yeah, the one that Marcus is attacking.
All right,
The
go for it.
coloured one. The one that's been coloured in, whereas the others are all in black and white.
Yeah, the one that probably has a name.
He does.
Not
have a
that it's
name.
but it's not
Everybody's
important.
got a name. Sometimes it's a
It's-
four-letter word.
Dead.
Okay. I'm rolling. Somebody tell me what I got.
86.
86. I'll spend a heroic luck and reroll that. I'm going to have to wait for my dice to stop rolling before I can roll new ones, so I'll let you know when that happens.
I'm not rolling for you because it'll just go horribly wrong.
Okay. Hold on, the buttons come up. I can press it again.
Just giving you another heroic look, mate.
Thank you very much.
That's all I can give out this turn.
20. Are you using the flat or the full blade or the edge?
I think he's in slice and dice mode.
I don't know. Tahir goes back and forth depending on what he wants to do.
I'm going to use the flat.
I'm gonna go for the knockout.
Yeah.
You got caught with a flat. Well, how about that?
20 is 20 is 6 successes.
All right. He sees it. He's going to attempt to dodge it. Is unable to dodge it. So give me the total amount of fatigue damage you're doing to this guy as merciful damage.
6 times 10 is 60, plus my strength modifier is 66. 66.
You slap
Not
him
too terrible.
pretty hard against the side of the head, and he just kind of but he's still up.
I'll hit him again.
He's bleeding profusely.
It's a
from-
it's a Chova witness. You got to really hit him hard, not on the head though, to knock him out.
Yeah. You gonna
I'll
do it
hit him again.
All right.
Yeah. So minus 20. Add entire pile. Oh, now watching you roll. I'm glad it works quickly for you guys.
63.
63. 1 success.
He's going to try to defend against it. I mean, come on. He's like Death would be easier at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get his success for this. No, so you just slap him in the head again.
Yeah,
And how many
That's
fatigue points do you do?
16.
And you did what last time?
66.
66 and do 16. This time you hear a not a death like a death threat, but definitely a and he just crumbles to the ground, unconscious, bleeding profusely from Marcus's sword strike.
Cool. I will grin, a big fangy, furry grin, at the guy standing behind him.
Do you have? Give me a convince check.
Yep. Or when it stops rolling. Add entire pile.
Do you have anything running in the background that might also be absorbing data?
Twitch is the only thing I can think of.
Okay. 66.
66.
66. Yeah, that's 3 successes.
Give this guy a like I don't believe you check. No, so morale check is called for. Will this guy run?
Are you going to scream and get them all to leave?
I don't think he's gonna need to scream. He just like hi, holy shit, and then you grin. Oh fuck.
Can I claim a bonus on that based off these guys clearly know who I am and my reputation and my renown?
Do you want to invoke your reputation as well?
It's not so much invoking my reputation as them just knowing who I am. Because I imagine it's pretty fearsome at this point.
Yeah, I'll give them an additional TS to their check.
Okay, why is Microsoft Edge running 46 different processes at once and using 94% of my...
That would be the reason why, right there. So yeah, this guy kind of like
Microsoft Edge.
and just jumps and turns around and begins running out the door. Now I'm gonna do a morale check for these two guys right here. Not so much off of you, but off the fact that they saw the COVID drop, and then the other guy runs. This guy flees, and then the other guy. Ot 6. Fuck you and your reputation. I'm gonna beat you. That's what he thinks.
Thinks.
Well, yeah. Hear me as well. I don't know why. It's all turned on.
Sorry about that.
I don't know why. Can you hear me better, Naz? So Naz, sister Naz is actually from the Team Chaos on Friday nights.
Yeah, awesome.
Right. I love how that picture just works in there so well. Okay, so he's like, no, it's the end of. He hears the Kova, he's knocked out, and this guy. Ziggy, give me a perception check or an alert. No, let's do an alertness check. TS. Let's see here. What rank is he? TS of 6. Not with a 95, you ain't gonna see it.
That's just on me alertness. Can I spend a reroll on that?
Sure.
Is it just one?
Yeah, it's just one for a reroll.
Okay.
Ot 5. So, while you're busy dealing with these guys, you notice this Elwyn kind of he's got his hood kind of pulled up and he's slinking around, and he actually made his way from the table over, or the stool that he was sitting on, around to this table, underneath the table, and then comes up behind one of these guys, and then you hear a shink shink and ah, and this guy dies. No, they're giants, but I don't have
The
anybody else.
GMPC.
No, he's just an NPC. But he's hopefully going to be something you guys can use, but we'll see like that. And that's the end of his turn. Marcus, we're up.
So is this guy here? Is he the one that?
Yeah, he rolled a critical success on his.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna. I am the what? Oh, right. Okay. Right. I'm going to roll. Right. So I'm going to like that. Try again. Sorry, there we go.
Is it running better now, T here?
Yes, much better.
What is Microsoft Edge?
It's the thing you use to install Chrome.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Microsoft Edge, isn't that their web explorer?
Yes. And I had it open, which had Tahir's character sheet on it, and it was using like 94% of my memory.
Oh,
and then I closed it, and it was still using a ridiculous amount of my memory. So I ended the task, which shut down everything briefly. So now I'm running everything through Chrome, and it's a lot more reasonable.
There you go.
28.
Okay.
So.
Are you rolled a 28?
Yeah.
All right. What is your skill score?
90. So 28, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78, 88 is 6.
So 6 successes. He gets a skill check, defense of 6, TS of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy has only got 3 successes, so you're going to aim for 3 successes worth of damage. So 3 times your base damage.
3 threes are 9.
Plus 10 plus your strength modifier.
10, which is 26 points.
26 points.
Hang on a second, but before I do that, there's something I wanted to do. Declare your bonus each turn. Soften up penalties of flank attacks, minus 20 on rear attacks. Melee, plus 5 to weapons, core, plus 5 to range. Fighting, no. Suffer no penalties versus a flank attack. Am I being flanked?
You're not being flanked.
Right, that's fine. 24, 26.
26 damage. All right,
Yeah.
He is still up. Do you want to hit him again?
Yes, please. So
Beat him like he owes you money.
Beat him like he missed last month's rent.
No. I will do it one more time. I need to get less than 77.
Then you are heroic luck, Marcus.
More than I've got.
77 exactly.
We'll get to you, Ziggy.
Sorry?
Don't worry about it. I sent you a heroic luck, so
Oh,
you can add
thank you very much. I tried to send you one, but he wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
right.
a
One success on hitting him.
He's got one
Hilarious.
success on his physical defense.
Yeah.
You guys clash. You want to try it again? Just a minus 20 to your weapon forte.
I've tried 3 times now.
Have you?
I hit him on the first one, missed him on the second, and got 1 success.
Oh, I
on
didn't see the
third.
dice for the second one. Okay.
It's running really slow on my machine now.
Maybe it's your Microsoft Edge.
I don't use it.
That's on the cuss.
I use something else.
All right, Ziggy. It's your
What?
turn.
Right. In that case, this guy right next to me is going to get shot in the gut. I'm just going to turn with the gun and just from the hip, pow pow.
All right, go for it.
$51 with a skill of 94 gives me 4 successes. Plus 2 for the blazes, so 6.
6. All 6 will get through.
So 6 times 5 is 30 plus 30, that's 60 damage. Negates 15 armor.
Which one? Are you shooting the one right next to you?
This one, yeah.
Huh? You kill him outright.
Okay. This next shot at minus 10 is going into this fucker.
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize for the language, it was uncalled for.
Go ahead and shoot that fucker.
Since when have you apologise for your language, Simon?
I don't have the multi-attack thing yet. So it's just minus 10.
Minus 10, that's
Yeah.
correct.
$66 with a relative 74, so 66, 34, 3 successes.
9. He defends easily.
Okay,
Okay. Do you want to
I'll
shoot him
shoot
again?
again.
All right, shoot him again. So it's a minus 30.
20. Minus 20 for the third attack. Oh, cock.
Does the weapon explode? Does the weapon explode? Does the weapon explode?
It's a very, very good quality handgun. I dropped a ton of silver on it to make sure I had the best I could get. It's still going to blow up in my face.
Look at the grin on his face.
This is why I didn't want that energy pistol he tried to get me to buy a bit ago.
Why do they blow up more easily?
That would have killed everybody in the room.
Cool.
So what
It turns from a hand
quality?
grenade-
What quality is this?
From a handgun to a hand grenade.
What quality is this?
It's the top quality handguns. Because I spent a lot of the extra silver to get it the top quality.
And you rolled 100. All right, so all right, roll a D100. If it is 75 or higher, it explodes. Nope.
25.
It just jams for the next turn. You're gonna have to spend the next turn unjamming it.
Okay, then with my tail for my last attack this turn, I'm going to shiv him with a knife.
Gonna shink him
My
with a
tail's
knife.
just going to my tail's just going to come straight up with a knife and stab him like that.
All right. So that's actually going to be a minus 20 to that attack skill because it is a secondary weapon.
So that's an additional minus 20.
No, it's just a minus 20
But multiple attack penalty, you're already a minus 20. So
because
that's
it's
a minus 20.
because I'm counting it as a secondary attack. That's an offhanded
Right, so-
attack.
Okay, I'm over penalising myself. I understand.
I mean, if you want to go for minus 40, I'll let you do that.
Jesus. Oh, that's a miss. That's a miss.
Just a straight up miss or a miss. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't
So-
even got under my skill, so no, I swaffed him with a dagger.
That's okay.
You wave it in his general direction.
Right.
Yeah.
To here, this one that's on the bar above you is going to swing at you. This guy comes around here and is now on top of, standing above Ziggy. He's gonna take his sword and go. Marcus, this guy moves over here, so this guy can move in. This guy moves up. And here we go. Here, 2 swings on you.
Yep. Bring it on.
4 successes.
Still slow as balls.
So that's 46.
46, that's 3 successes.
So 3 get through. 15
Hold
points
on,
of
you said
damage.
4 successes, didn't you?
Oh, 4. Yeah. So then you got 3, right?
Yep.
So 1, so 5 points of damage.
No damage.
No damage. He swings again.
Mm-hmm.
Spits at you in a curse and misses. Ziggy, the one above you is going to attempt to strike at you from an above advantage. He's got, because he's way above you.
As I'm a smaller creature, I harder to hit.
6. He's got 4 successes on you.
That's a 15 on my physical defense, with a physical defense of 62. So that's
Yeah, he misses.
25.
He swings again. 44, 70, 64.
$36 was 62. That means I've got 3 successes.
And he misses. Marcus, you've got 2 on you. They each get they're going to take 2 attacks each. We'll do 1 attack at a time, so you don't have to get overwhelmed. First one is
I was going to say I'm not being flanked, am
I? Not yet. They're not. They're within your strike angle in front of you, right? They're in front of you. And they're not to the sides.
I? Okay.
You
I have
cannot-
shield mastery, epic.
So do you pull your shield?
I've got my shield on
All right.
this.
And
Yep.
then you've got so shield mastery,
Yep.
which means that you can use your shield proficiency skill, your shield skill, to block, and then shield mastery allows you
Page
to do.
109. Page 109. And I've got it at epic level.
Why haven't you tried to throw the shield like Captain America? Because you can
No.
do that.
I know I can do it, but
All right, so you can. Do you want to shield block this attack?
which one of us is attacking me?
The one directly in front of you. Or I'm sorry. From my perspective, south is where the Bahul is, so he's going to be to your left if you're facing south. No, he'll be to your to your right if you're facing south. Basically, this guy right here. Sorry, I don't know why I'm not using this. This guy right here.
Right, okay. So I'll try and block him with the shield if I can.
So, all right. So then what you do is, all right. So he's only going to do. How many successes did I get? I said I had. And 3. So he's going to do 15 points of damage. So your shield is reduced by 1 point of damage absorption.
Okay.
But you don't take any damage.
Okay.
He's going to swing
So-
again. So basically, for every 10 points you absorb, that you block with the shield's
Take 1.
total absorption goes down by 1 and stuff. And
And
he misses
it's,
on this next one.
And he misses on the next one.
Yep. The other guy attacks.
Yep. And
He's got 1 success.
okay. So again, I will block him.
So
Yeah.
5 points of damage. Yep, your shield takes it.
Okay. Is he going to attack a second time?
He will attack a second time. Ooh, this time he's got 4 successes.
Okay. So my physical defense 97. I need to roll for that, don't I?
Well, no, you can use your shield to block again. That's what shield
Yeah, why-
proficiency and shield
yeah,
mastery
yeah.
allows you to do.
Yeah, that's true. So will that take 2 points of damage then? Because it's 20 points.
I'm sorry?
So I'll block
Yeah.
it with the shield.
It'll do 20 points of damage, and your armor absorption goes down by 2 more.
So it's 17. Okay.
And I think those 2 guys, Ziggy, the one that you attacked, is going to swing at you twice.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 3 successes.
That's 15. We're 62, so that's 4 successes.
All right, here I rolled your dice by accident. Roll my dice again. I've got 4 successes. I think I hit you.
I'll allow it.
You will allow it. I will allow it this one time. So that's 4. It's 20 points of damage.
24 damage. That's exactly my armor. No damage taken.
No damage taken. And that was his 2 attacks, right? Yep.
You know why I failed? Because you rolled my dice.
Yeah, I know. The Bahul's done. The Tahir, it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna turn around to deal with the ones on the bar. As I do so, I'm gonna sort of raise an eyebrow at Cam and say,
Oh, Cam's
did you
not
say-
there. Cam is not
Oh.
there.
Okay.
Your
smart
bag
man.
of silver is still on the
Table.
bar.
In which case, I'm gonna hit first the guy who was trying to stab Ziggy.
All right. Are
Thank
you
you.
doing a bladed attack or a slapping attack?
Merciful damage. These are mooks. They don't deserve to die for being idiots.
Okay. To hear and I don't see quite eye to eye on that point. No?
It's fine.
Can't exactly subdue somebody with a bullet.
Yeah, I run around with Ziggy like I am very used to the idea that. What did I roll?
You
81.
rolled an 81, an 80.
Okay. It's time me 87. I'll re-roll that.
46.
46. Yeah, I'll keep that one. That's 3 successes.
You'll get 2 successes.
Okay, so 1 goes through, so that's 16 points of fatigue damage.
He's still standing. You slap him kind of like on his thigh.
I miss when this thing had a fatigue of 20. I'm gonna hit him again. I got 2 attacks a turn, might as well use them.
You've got a heroic look there as well, Plop.
Thank you very much.
88.
88. That's a miss.
All right. Are you done?
Nah, screw it. I'll spend that heroic luck I just got. Use it or lose it. I'll reroll.
$97. Oh no,
Ooh.
Tahir.
That's a good use of a heroic look, is that?
It's a terrible use of heroic luck.
I think that's a good one. It's a good
Are you just
story
going to
arc.
take the fumble, or do you want to spend 3 heroic luck?
Yeah, I'll take the fumble. It's fine.
Roll me a D100.
I will do once the thing allows. Oh, it's rolling 2d10.
You rolled it twice.
Yeah. Hold on.
I'll just take the first one. So 88.
88.
Oh, wait.
Okay, cool.
No, sorry. I'll take the first one, which is 95. They're both the same. You basically just fumbled and opened yourself up, so he gets a free attack on you.
Okay.
$61. He misses.
Okay.
And that's
Cool.
the end of your turn. You guys hear a scream in the back again.
Scream in the back.
Yeah, you've been hearing this. Someone screams over here.
Does it sound like Cam or?
No, it sounds like one of the Kova.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. With the murdery owl.
Yes. And top of the turn, Lawgiver. Marcus.
Well, I'm thinking about the time because I'm just realizing that
I
Split's
have
got.
to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning.
So how much more time do you have to split?
Literally now at the start of this turn would be a good time to pause it and then pick it up next time we play.
All right, we can do that if that's okay with everybody else.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, we'll just have to remember we're in the middle of combat.
Hang on, control print screen. And I can see.
You're remembering where everybody's placed.
Well,
Well,
that's
this
what I'm just
this Owlbear will remember where everybody's at.
right.
Yes, but shit goes wrong sideways sometimes.
It
So-
does. All right, well, that is it for us today. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Is that right to hear?
Yep.
Calendar-wise,
Yep,
are we good?
that's good for me.
That fits in nicely with the witchcraft game I'm playing on the other Sunday now.
Right, fantastic. All right, thanks everybody for joining us. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope you have a great week. Remember, self-care is important. We'll be back.